getting the gear pulled out after the snap ring, and we've got this washer on top of it. And I've got one more gear inside of here. Came right out. Okay, that's everything out of this end. Now we're gonna go around and work on the got it all pulled apart here.
Isn't working very well.
Okay, got that race all got it all hammered down into there. Also, there is one up here. I don't know if you can see, but there's one right there. You gotta hammer it from the inside, or use a press or something and squish it in there. Now we're gonna get our input shaft pinion thing. Slide it up from the inside. Then we've got two washers, bearing, a like collar with a O-ring on there. Then we've got our seal. Then we've got our nut. Then we'll get a wrench, tighten this up, and we'll move on to our next step. But we are going to have to get new bearings for that the side that broke here, as these are like 90% worn away. I checked the other side and it is not this worn, so either this this side axle had bent and hadn't broken yet and has been wearing on those bearings for a while, or when it broke the first time, I drove it back up to the barn because I didn't know what had happened. So that could also be. So we're going to get all this axle put together, but we're going to leave off this top cap where we can still stick in those bearings and gears. We'll get a wrench, get this pinion bolt tightened up. So let's get to it. There we go. Okay, now we're going to get this axle hooked up to the other side, back together with the basically everything but that side hub. So let's get to that. Here is what the diff looks like on a John Deere 3032, 3038. It's just an open diff, whichever side has less friction. is the side that gets power. Gonna take off the diff so I have a bit more room. So put sealant on there. Okay, now we're gonna get the diff put back on here. Grab some of our bolts. Dude, I'm recording. Okay, we've got the snap ring in there, and then there's two spacer washers for our in the hub. Then we're just gonna slide out this bottom gear. Little tip: take your axe or your drive shaft, you can stick it in. And then you can use that to like wiggle. Okay, got this bottom gear out. It's a little worn, but it's not so bad that we're gonna replace it. The other side is also like this, but the thing is, if you want to get this gear, you can't just buy. Yeah, you can kind of see there's some grit in there. But you can't just buy this gear, because like the other part of the hub gear that goes on here, the final drive on your hub, yeah, so you can see there's some metal frags in there. But the other part of this gear and this gear, they have to come together as a set, and they're like $300, so I don't feel like spending $600 for both of them. I wish you could just buy that single gear, but you can't. I need new gloves. Okay, now that we got that out, I don't remember. I think everything else just starts sliding out. I'm gonna get a little, yeah, I can get a socket in there and we can hit this. Whoops. Okay, got out the next bearing. Yeah, this one's really full of metal shavings. And then from there, all the other bearings in here come out the top. So there's this rubber top ring and then one more bearing in there. Okay, just got those bearings all cleaned up. They're all spinning freely now. Got the oil seal at the top of the hub cleaned up. Got the whole hub. Got it all cleaned out in there. Now we'll be able to stick this all back together. So let's get to it. We got all the gears in here. I haven't put the top cap or these two gears and bearings in here. Got all the pieces. I'm waiting for new ones to come in, as the old ones are super worn out, because when it broke it wore really hard on these. So we just got a new set of these gears. So once those come in, we'll get those replaced, get that put back on with the hub back onto the axle, get it put back on the tractor. So let's get to it. Okay, here we got the old gear and the new gear for the larger, and the old worn out gear and the new gear for the smaller gear. As you can see, they have updated the design. Same amount of teeth, but it looks like the teeth, I don't know if they're bigger or if it's just how they changed the design. From you see this one's got like a color there and this one does not. So we're gonna get these installed, so let's get to it. Okay, we got an axle all put back on there. And our drive shaft here, got it all put on, this put on. I still need to tighten this and put the cotter pin on to this steering cylinder right here, but I'll get that. Got the hub hook all tightened up after we waited for the Loctite, or not Loctite, but the gasket maker to set. Got the cotter pin in for the steering cylinder. Now just putting the wheel back on, wrapping it all up here. So we do have to wait 24 hours for the gasket maker before we put oil back into the axle. But other than that, we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys all next time.